News at 1. Thanks so much for staying with us. South African precious metals producer Sibanye Gold has reported an interim loss of 2.18 billion rand. That's for the 6 months ended June. It's attributed the loss to impairment costs related to its Cooke and Beatrix West gold operations and costs associated with its acquisition of the US platinum producer Stillwater. In recent weeks, the company indicated that up to 7,400 workers could lose their jobs as the Cooke and Beatrix mines bleed cash. Let's cross back to our markets anchor, Nompumelelo Siziba, who's standing by with Sibanye Gold CEO Neil Froneman.
Thanks very much, Nzinga. Well, I'm joined by Neil Froneman. He's the CEO of Sibanye Stillwater. That's what they now call it. They had a launch of the new company name earlier this week. Thanks for joining us, sir.
Hi, Nompu.
Good stuff. Now, you've swung into a loss for this year, for the 6 months ended June. Just tell us what the contributing factors were.
There were really two main factors. The one is a lower gold price, rand gold price. Over the last 6 months, we've seen that come down to about 520,000 rand a kilogram, whereas last year at this time we were talking about 600,000 rand a kilogram. So that's been a big contributor. Then we've had some underperforming operations at Beatrix West. That's just been a troublesome operation. And then at Cooke, we've been plagued with illegal mining, which has contributed to the underperformance as well. So we've had operational underperformance and we've had tough commodity prices.
Now, one of the reasons that you also suffered the loss is because of a provision that you made for about 1 billion rand for the miners who contracted various mining-related sicknesses. When do you expect to pay out these miners? And if we assume that some are deceased and some will never actually claim the monies, does that balance then go back onto your balance sheet?
No, not really. It goes into a trust fund. It's a trust that's being set up by the industry. We've made an actuarial assessment, so it includes those people that may not claim as well. So that's been factored into it. So that money should be claimed, assuming the actuarial model is correct.
And in terms of payments to these miners, when is that going to happen?
Well, we need to get to a legal settlement with the claimants. I think that that is pretty close. The fact that we've been able to make a provision, and it's not just us, it's the entire gold working group that's done this. And that's a good outcome. You know, this could have been a long legal process where the only real losers are those poor people that have got sick.
Indeed. And then now you've been on a very acquisitive kind of approach in the platinum group metal space, initially acquiring the Rustenburg assets from Anglo American, and now obviously the more recent acquisition in the US, Stillwater. But in many instances, we hear that platinum producers are barely breaking even. So what is it that you guys are going to do differently that's going to ensure that you're profitable?
Yes, well, first of all, in South Africa, the acquisition of Rustenburg and Aquarius, the rationale included synergies by combining two mines. So in the industry we talk about consolidation, and this set of results has shown that consolidation is effective. And you know, all credit to the Competition Commission, which approved this deal, gave us the permission to restructure it, and we have now, through this restructuring, potentially saved the closure of a number of conventional shafts. So we've, in fact, in the long run, we would have saved many jobs. So that's in South Africa, where our operations are platinum based, or platinum's the predominant commodity. In the US, we bought the US PGM business for its palladium bias. And palladium has been one of the best performing commodities. So that was a result of us having identified palladium as a better commodity at this point than platinum. So,
and just for the benefit of the audience, what are the applications of palladium? Well,
both palladium and platinum, and in fact rhodium, are used in catalytic converters in car engines. Palladium is used in gasoline car engines, and platinum is used more predominantly in diesel. So there's a better demand at the moment for gasoline driven cars, and hence palladium is doing very well.
Okay, no, thank you for that. And then you touched on the Cooke and Beatrix assets having troubles there. What is the future of those assets? And when we hear about the 7,400 jobs that could possibly be lost, when is that likely to be a reality?
Well, the clock has started ticking. We've entered a 189 process. Now, a 189 process is designed to avoid job losses. So stakeholders are meant to come together and look for solutions to why a business is losing money. Unfortunately, in these processes, you tend to find the union specifically try to delay the process. They try to sprag the process. So you actually don't get to resolve the issues that are causing the losses. So our view is that if stakeholders all apply their minds properly, we can avoid quite a lot of job losses. Unfortunately, I don't know that there's any real solution to the problem at the moment. These assets have been through a number of 189 processes. There's perhaps 1,000 jobs that we can potentially save out of the 7,400. But remember, we employ 72,000 people. So in a way, you have to see this as looking after the balance of your employees, because if it's just not sustainable to run loss-making businesses.
I hear you. And very quickly and lastly, your thoughts on the impasse on the mining charter?
It's deeply disturbing. I'm very disillusioned with what I see happening here. The mining industry needs to be nurtured. It's a large employer of people. Our biggest problem in South Africa is poverty. Poverty is not solved by chopping up businesses into smaller and smaller pieces. It's solved by creating economic growth and employment. And we're not doing that. We are not focused on the real issues. The impasse is not good. We're not investing money because we don't know what the cost of business is. Foreigners are not investing money. So we need to resolve this.
All right, we're going to leave it there. Thank you so much for your time, Mr. Froneman. Well, as you heard the CEO from Sibanye Stillwater saying that the mining charter impasse not good for the country, not good for those jobs that we so desperately need in this economy. Well, after a short break, Nzinga has more business news for you.